ज्ञानतिमिरान्धकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So welcome all of you for today's reading, not reading, but 18 items of knowledge. The topic that we are discussing. So we have a good number of devotees today. Anyone remembers what we discussed last time? On last Sunday we discussed.
Can I, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Can I say? Like last week we discussed like the way of offering respect. Why? First of all, we learned what is the problem we don't offer respect. That is by our ego. Sometimes becoming too much familiar with some devotee, we think, oh, he's like me only. Why to offer respect like that? Uh, so we discussed those personalities whom we can offer respect, like those who are elders. There are senior Vaishnavas. So at last we came to conclusion there is no one whom we can't offer respect. We should offer respect to everyone.
Correct. Exactly. So this is what we discussed. 18 items of knowledge. In that respect, we discussed elaborately. Amanitvam, not expecting any respect from others. Yes. So not expecting any respect from others, but giving all the respect to everyone. All glories, all glories, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shishi Gauranga. One may say, what remains for me? No, nothing. Everything is, all the glories are given. No, I don't have any glories. So that is actually that's how it works. So in today's discussion, we will see the next item of knowledge. So there are 18 items. So this time I'm directly going to take from Bhagavad Gita itself. I think already we recited the book also. That's right. How you call it? Till now at least. Should be take Sharan Krishna. They should at least inform, no? Hare Krishna. Sorry for the. Yeah, so this is the shloka. This is the shloka we are. Okay, please read this. Purport. Last time did we read purport or only translation was there? Yes. Okay, no one remembers.
We did
We'll
translation
take
first.
purport, only translation. Okay, one of you read the purport. The process of knowledge. Okay.
The process of knowledge is sometimes misunderstood by less intelligent men as being the interaction of the field of activity. But actually, this is the real process of
Okay.
knowledge. If one accepts this process, when the possibility of approaching the absolute truth exists, this is not the interaction of the.
Lord. Hare
I
Krishna.
can, I can continue. I shall restart or continue.
Continue, continue.
Okay, yeah. This is not the interaction of the tenfold elements as described before. This is actually the means to get out of it. Of all the descriptions of the process of knowledge, the most important point is described in the first line of the 10th verse. The process of knowledge terminates in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So, if one does not approach or is not able to approach the transcendental service of the Lord, then the other 19 items are of no particular value. But if one takes to devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, the other 19 items automatically develop within him. The principle of accepting a spiritual master, as mentioned in the 7th verse, is essential. Even for one who takes to devotional service, it is most important. Transcendental life begins when one accepts a bona fide spiritual master. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna clearly states here that this process of knowledge is the actual path. Anything speculated beyond this is nonsense.
Yeah. So main thing here it is mentioned is the process of knowledge terminates in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. Yeah. And the transcendental service. Okay. If one takes to devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, the other 19 items automatically develop within it. So basically, all these qualities that we are discussing. So all these qualities, of course, we have to develop each of these qualities. But if somebody is pure devotee, automatically he gets all the devotional qualities. Or if one takes devotional service very seriously in full Krishna consciousness, then all the other activities, all the qualities of demigods also come to him. So there are such verses also. So that's why if but of course we are not completely pure in Krishna consciousness. Still we are having some kind of what we say little bit we are in Maya, little bit Krishna. So we are keep going on. So we need to endeavor to become more and more Krishna conscious. And these are the different aspects which will help us to become more Krishna conscious. So this here the first item of this knowledge comes is humility. So now in a sequence we will read one quality of this and we'll discuss, and especially we'll discuss in a practical point of view that how these qualities we have to practically is possible for our level that we can apply in our life and get advantage, because the more we apply that much we will be able to advance in Krishna consciousness. Even though Krishna consciousness somebody has already advanced, then he doesn't have to separately try for these all qualities. But because we are not completely pure, like today I was hearing Gaurang Pru's class. Prabhu was telling that there are two people who are, what do you say, they're carefree or bindast. Yeah. In terms of student, he was telling, two people, they don't have any tension. The people who have studied a lot, they are completely thoroughly prepared everything. Any type of question comes, they are ready to answer. And another category of people is those who have not studied anything. So they are also bindas. Because they have not studied anything, they don't have any tension. So only who remains in tension is in between people. Those who have not completely studied, they are trying to, or they have desire to pass the exam. So they are the one who, who that what is it, stress and anxiety and all. So similarly, he was telling, even in devotional service, those who are pure devotees, they don't have any anxiety. When they are pure devotees, they don't have any desires. All the qualities have been manifested. They are completely in Krishna consciousness. And those who are completely materialistic people, their ignorance is bliss. They are also not having any anxiety in terms of course, they are getting a lot of frustration and sufferings and all. But then somehow they are going on in that life. But the in between people who are neither in materialistic nor pure devotees, we are like in between. So for them, they need to follow all the sadhana bhakti very seriously. If somebody is in Raganuga bhakti, automatically he will be dragged to Krishna consciousness. But somebody who is not in Raganuga, then he has to practice sadhana bhakti. And sadhana bhakti means following the rules and regulative principles of the spiritual life. So in this, the first item comes is humility. So let us read this particular quality of humility, and then we will elaborately discuss. One or two qualities we'll cover today, or if required, maybe more also. Okay, so yes, Arnab Nathu, can you read next paragraph? Humility.
Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. The material conception of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others, but from the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge who knows that he is not this body anything, honor or dishonor pertaining to this body is useless. One should not be hankering after this material deception. People are very anxious to be famous for their religion, and consequently, sometimes it is found that without understanding the principle of religion, one enters into some group which is not actually following religious principle, and then want to advertise himself as a religious mentor. As for actual advancement in spiritual science, one should have a test to see how far he is progressing. He can judge by these items.
Yeah, so here Prabhupada is giving the very practical definition of humility, that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. Yeah, so sometimes we are always looking, there is some kind of satisfaction when somebody glorifies us, or somebody respects us, or someone is what is it? Giving credit, or our name is being called into some assembly, and there is a lot of appreciation given, or in case we are the one who actually did a particular thing, we are the most successful person into that particular field. So that there is some kind of satisfaction. And of course, in our level, we are always looking for such kind of satisfaction. If we don't get, then one goes into inferiority complex. And when one gets it, goes into superiority complex. So actually, both are wrong. Neither one should be inferiority complex, because why should we feel bad if somebody else is glorified? So somebody else is glorified, we feel inferior, and we don't feel satisfied. And if we are glorified, then we get a false ahankar or false satisfaction. And then we think that, oh, I am also something. Yeah. So in both ways, it is wrong. Basically, whenever glorification comes to us, like last time also we discussed the point of pride. Actually, immediately whatever glorification comes to us, immediately we should transfer it to our acharyas, our Guru Parampara, and everyone. Ultimately, and you can even analyze also. Suppose you get glorification for a particular thing. Yeah, suppose you did a particular service very nicely and you get some glorification. So now there are one way to see that is, oh, I have done so much, and I actually deserve to have this glorification. What is this? You are not telling the complete picture. Yeah, I should be glorified even more in a better way. So you should glorify me. So one may have that kind of thing. One may not be satisfied even with the glorification also. Actually, if somebody is proud, he will not be even satisfied by properly honoring also. Like I remember once such one particular scenario had happened where a person was glorified. But then when he was glorified like that, I think some points he couldn't glorify and all. That devotee who was being glorified, he said, hey, what is this? You are not telling I have done this, I have done that. And he started giving the complete list. Just by he's giving the list, people did not see what all things he has done. People see that how much his ego was there behind doing the things. Then they understood, oh, this well, he has done many things, but nothing. It seems that he has done it to serve the Lord. He only has pampered his own ego. So nobody was actually pleased with his so many different achievements, and they just heard it. They just felt pity on him, and they went away. So that is how this is. If somebody is very humble, even though he may not do much things, but people like him very much. And if somebody does great things, but there is no humility, nobody wants to be with such person. So humility is one of the it is one of the quality which is very attractive to the Lord. Lord also doesn't want any pride in his devotee. If somebody has humility, or so Lord also, like even gopis in Vrindavan, it is said that the gopis at once they became very proud that Krishna is only with us. And because of that pride, Krishna understood that this tinge of pride is there. And Krishna says, I cannot tolerate pride in the heart of my devotee. So Krishna immediately disappeared from that place. And then the gopis started searching everywhere. Oh, where is Krishna? Why Krishna has left us? And they couldn't understand why Krishna has left us. So Krishna was testing them that don't be proud. You may be the in the Madhurya Rasa, but for me, Krishna says everybody is on the same level. Yeah? Same level means I have a unique relationship with everyone. Whether one is Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya, of course, gopis are having high position, nothing to compare like that. But that is the pastime which Krishna plays with the gopis, and through that pastime we get a lesson that we should not be too much proud. So humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. So whenever any glorification happens, of course, if superior is glorifying, then it's not that I close my ears and I run away from that place. So not like that. Uh, yeah. We hear that glorification, but after hearing the glorification or any particular recognition is done, first thing is we don't feel that hey, what is this? He has not told this point, that point. That means we have made our own glorification things. That is so not at all correct. Second thing is, in case somebody is glorifying, what we should think is actually this glorification, I don't deserve any of these glories, but this is what is expectation uh, for me from the devotees. Devotees are expected, like somebody says, Prabhu, you are so humble. So I know how humble I am, but maybe devotees are glorifying me so much, or they sometimes exaggerate the situations also. Then I say, okay, Prabhu, you want me to become humble? I will become humble. Because we should take that kind of message. If somebody says, oh, Prabhu, you are very humble, you are very tolerant, you are very merciful. So then we should understand that this is what quality is expected from me. So I should develop these qualities. I should work more upon these qualities. And then that is the proper way we can actually take it to that particular glorification. Another way is we should understand that like any service, like suppose now devotees are doing fund collection. Yeah, fund collection. Okay, who is doing the maximum collection or something? There may be some kind of course, we should do the maximum collection. There is no not that because we become proud, so we don't do any collection on. So we should collect maximum. At the same time, we should remain humble. So both the things has to be there. Sometimes it looks very contradictory. Okay, I should be humble also, and I should do more also. If you do more, automatically we will be proud. And if I want to be humble, then I don't want to do the things. So both are not proper. So we should do big things and at the same time remain humble also. Like once His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he gave the lecture in Chopadi Temple, and he told that it was a book distribution marathon in December month. So he said that we should do as many books as possible, and we should do the what we say, lot of books we should distribute. And then one statement Maharaj said, um, so whatever number was distributed earlier, Maharaj said we should do much double and triple of that. A big number of books we should distribute. At the same time, we should do so much endeavor that we complete our 100%. We should do book distribution and get very wonderful number of books we distribute. It should be the highest of all the previous years. At the same time, we should be the last in the rank of the marathon ranks. So basically, we should do our best and do as many books as possible, but still we remain behind means let others do much better than us. So we do our 100% and let others do even better, and they become the so we don't basically Maharaj wanted to say that we don't distribute books for getting a rank, that I will be first rank, second rank, or like that. We do our best and we do for the pleasure of the Lord, and we do it and still remain at the end or remain in the behind background. So that is how the humility. So when we have such kind of attitude, then it is proper. So I should feel that let me become the let me do the best of the service and let everyone exceed me. So then that is the proper attitude. So this is how the humility is being there. Humility has to be exhibited. It should not be a formality. Like once in one Bhagavatam class, one speaker was speaking. Yeah, मैं बहुत तुच्छ हूँ, and like that he started telling about I'm this, I'm that, I'm the most fallen. I'm somehow got the opportunity to speak on the Bhagavatam. I'm going to give this class, and then he started the class, and then he ended. And at the end, he asked any questions anybody has, and the one person in the audience asked the question, and he said, "I have a question." Class was very nice. Entire class was such wonderful. But initially you said that I am a tucha, I am a very, very patit, I'm the fallen, I'm insignificant. I didn't like that. Why should you think like that about yourself? You are doing such a wonderful classes, bro. So the Bhagwan speaker immediately said, अरे बोलना पड़ता है. I have to speak like that. I am sitting on Bhagavatam, I need to speak in this way. So then all the audience, everybody, because he was not having that mood that I'm speaking as a, he's just speaking those same words. I am very fallen, I am, please help me. And then he starts his class. But when it was asked to him that why you are speaking, he said, Bolna padta hai. That means I'm supposed to say as a formality. So humility is not a formality. Humility is a process of application. We have to apply this in our life, not to be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. So whenever glorification comes, also we should be try to be in the back. At the same time, if somebody is asking, if devotees are pleased, like suppose somebody's birthday is there. One thing is now devotees are going to glorify. So of course, everybody, the good devotee means he will always be feeling embarrassed. Nobody will be very much anxious. So let us have. I'll come. You create a keep a vassation for me. I'll sit there and all of you glorify. So no devotees will feel like that. But but if it's not that we run away from that situation also, we should understand that devotees will be happy, and whatever they tell me, whatever glories they are going to tell about me, that will be my application points. And you can even note down. Okay, he said this point. Okay, I should improve in this. I should improve in this. So like that, I make points for myself only. And at the end, we say that because all of you are so glorious, that's why you are able to see the good qualities even in a person like me. I am supposed to be beaten by the shoes, but because you are all great Vaishnavas, you are able to see good things in me. Otherwise, I don't have any good things like that. So we don't just speak it, but actually we should feel it and then we can speak it out also. And everyone knows about our own situation. So we can also understand that what glorification is happening actually it doesn't belong to me. There are so many devotees involved in all the my so many in my own spiritual life. There is so many people are involved. That's why I'm practicing spiritual life. So we should give credit to all of them. And for me, there is no credit given. So in that way, one should utilize this particular quality. And of course, we should speak also. Like speaking, when you speak, you are expressing that humility, and that humility has to be expressed. Somebody says that Prabhu, you are given a, like once I was giving one class. What happened is initially when I was in white and all, I was when I was giving a class. One of my senior he was sitting in the class. Just wanted to see how I give class. Based on that, he wanted to give some because I just started giving classes that. So he said I will sit and I will listen. Then if any feedback I will tell. So of course I was giving class. Some students were sitting and at the end I tried to give my best whatever, and of course I was not told that he is going to sit in the class. I just prepared normally. When I sat in the class that time he said that I will hear, so I said okay, then I somehow gave the class. And at the end of course the senior is going to glorify only. He glorified in front of very nice, very nice, you told many wonderful points, and that's it. And I said, oh, thank you, Prabhuji. I just then we started doing Aarti and other things like that. Then next day the senior called me again. He said, "See, now in so he was waiting actually that I should go to him and ask for any feedback because he cannot give the feedback in front of everyone. He told the good points only. Everyone he is going to tell good points only, and I also say thank you, and I just went away from that. So then after a few days, then he called me and he said that Prabhu. Uh, that actually you gave very nice class, and then he told me certain things, and he said actually I was expecting you to come and ask me for the what feedback or any improvements and all. So then I realized, oh yeah, that is correct. I was thinking that he will tell me during the class only that okay, you went wrong here, like we do know sometimes evaluation or something. So you went wrong or you did this and all. I expected that he will tell, but then he told everything good. Then at least I should have understood that he doesn't want to tell in front of everyone. And how can I give good class? There will be some. I'm just started giving class. There will be some what do you say deficiencies here and there, or I did not speak properly or something. So I should have asked him. But then after when he pointed out this, then I understood that ego is so much that I'm thinking, oh, I have given a nice plus, and the senior was happy with that because always we whatever class we give, somehow we want kind of glorification only to come to us. Oh, he gave nice, then we feel satisfied. If somebody say what third class thing you gave or something, then we don't feel good. So ego gets hurt. But even if we can cross our ego and learn the things, that is going to help us. So, so in this way, so one should not be hankering after this material deception. People are very anxious to be famous for their religion. And consequently, sometimes it is found that without understanding the principles of religion, one enters into some group which is not actually following religious principles. Basically, sometimes the ego becomes so much that one wants to become famous for some particular thing. And when once he becomes famous, he wants to follow that principles and everything, even though that particular group is not following the religious principle. But because you are a part of that group, you want to make that group very famous. So sometimes this is also this is what happens in some of the religious organizations also. There are people who knows that the practice which we are doing is not correct, but because they are getting some kind of name and fame, they continue. So that is not proper. So, so there are many more details in this particular thing which comes. So one has to be very careful in terms of this humility, developing humility in our life. Okay. As for actual advancement in spiritual knowledge, one should have a test to see how far he is progressing. He can judge by this items. Okay. So I think our meeting is 15 minutes or more remaining. No, 8 minutes only. 8 minutes are remaining because I think our regular Zoom ID, uh, some other meeting is going on, so we couldn't enter that. So we got another Zoom ID which is time bound. So we will not be able to extend class like every time. So one more quality we can read, I think, little bit discuss. 5 minutes I'll discuss this. 5 minutes we can take question answers. Okay, read the next paragraph.
Can I, Pruji?
Yeah.
Non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing. Non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing or destroying the body, but actually non-violence means not to put others into distress. People in general are trapped by ignorance in the material world, in the material concept of life, and they perpetually suffer material pains. So, unless one elevates people to spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. One should try his best to distribute real knowledge to the people, so that they may become enlightened and leave this material entanglement. That is non-violence.
Yeah. So what is non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing or destroying the body. Yeah. But actually non-violence means not to put others into distress. That is non-violence. Means not hurting others. So that is one thing. We should not hurt other living entities. That is considered as non-violence. That's what even Gandhi movement started. No? He didn't want it to. He said non-violence is ahimsa. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Yeah, so he wanted to establish ahimsa, not harm others, or not kill anybody. Of course, he was only killed by people. So, so he was non-violence. But what is the real definition of non-violence according to this paragraph which Srila Prabhupada is saying? Who could get that?
Prabhuji,
Yeah,
non-violence
any other
requires.
devotee?
Yeah.
Ojal Pro is only answering. Yeah.
Should not put others into stress and distress.
Pranit Pro is saying one should not put others into stress or distress. Okay, that is one definition. What is the another definition which Prabhupada is mentioning here? Yes, let us see who all are attentive.
Pardon, Koji, what is the question?
What is the definition of non-violence which Prabhupada is giving here?
Can I say, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Can I say?
Yeah, yes.
Prabhuji, the definition what Srila Prabhupada is giving here of non-violence is like not uh, he is comparing violence to not giving spiritual knowledge to people because they are getting distress repeatedly so many times by being in material entanglement. By giving them
Yeah, exactly. So basically, not giving Krishna consciousness to others, that is also non-violence. That means being silent is also non-violence. Some people may say, I will not hurt others, I'll just be silent. Even being silent is non-violence because you are not giving Krishna consciousness to the people. So that is what Prabhupada is saying, that that is also non-violence. So unless one elevates people to spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. That means, so that's what our duty is. Now all of us are in Krishna consciousness. We are practicing Krishna consciousness. If we don't give this message of Krishna consciousness to other living entities, then we are practicing violence. Then it is a violence because people, there is a great need of this uh, message all over the world. And if we are, even though we have the treasure of this knowledge, we are not giving to anybody. So then it is considered as a violence. That means people were supposed to get benefited by this knowledge, but because we are not sharing, they are not getting benefit. So that is a violence from our part. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, Jare dekhe tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Amar agyay guru haila tare desh. So anybody you see, just preach the message of Krishna. That is actually real non-violence. So ours is also non-violence. We are also ahimsa paramo dharma. But our ahimsa is not giving people, not hurting or just be away from people. We want to be non-violent to them by giving them Krishna consciousness and not letting them do violence. So by becoming Krishna conscious, so many people are able to give up meat eating. Yeah, so that is how they are, because as soon as no other thing can actually remove one from this particular four regulative principles, except for practicing spirituality. So as soon as we preach, people first thing they do is they give up intoxication and meat eating. Meat eating is the one which people immediately gives as soon as they come to Krishna consciousness or chanting rounds and all. So that is very important. And if somebody is not preaching, then it is violence. So that's why we should always have some preaching engagement. Either we should have some a group where we are giving them knowledge, or actually all of us have, all of your youths, the capacity is of course more. You can even, each of you can give even classes. If not classes, then at least device sessions, which are very easy to give. Any place you go, start device sessions, you will see at the end of the session, you will find at least 10 boys chanting some Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And further you cultivate them, then you see that they even increase their rounds and finally they may come to 16 rounds. So that is how, that is called real non-violence. Then we are giving them Krishna consciousness, they are becoming devotees of the Lord and they are getting benefit. So otherwise they are hurting themselves. Yes, like yesterday I was reading one Isopanishad, Mantra 3. There it is said that if you are not practicing, if one is not practicing Krishna consciousness, he is known as killer of the soul or Atmaha. That means not practicing Krishna consciousness is actually killer of the soul. So the people are killing themselves in that way. So they are actually, but when we tell them that, oh, this human life is so important, we should practice Krishna consciousness, then we are giving them right knowledge. That is very important. So this is how we discussed the two items today. Humility was one. Second is non-violence. One should try his best to distribute real knowledge to the people. That is non-violence. Yes, any questions? Anyone has? On these two topics that we discussed. We have 1 minute left. If any questions, we can take. Otherwise,
No questions, Prabhuji.
okay. Any reflection points? Any comments? Yes, Arvind.
Prabhuji, we have to distribute Krishna consciousness wherever possible. So that way, we are, as Prabhupada said, we can live with non-violence and also distributing our Krishna consciousness to other devotees.
Yeah, that is the best. If you do that, that is real non-violence. That has to be followed. Yes, Kuldeep.